today we're taking a look at the top 5 brawlers inside of Season 17. So I've been playing an insane amount of Brawl Stars right now. Wow, I haven't. So I decided to ask some of the best pro players in the world what the top 5 brawlers were, and this is what they said. Now, obviously, we're going to be starting at number 5, which is going to be Poco, and then working our way up to number 1 in the end. So definitely make sure to stick around to find out who the best brawler is right now. But of course, Poco is so good now that there are unbreakable walls in the game. So essentially, most maps have gotten shorter range because there's going to be unbreakable walls. So that means that a lot of kind of aggressive brawlers, those shorter range brawlers, are in general a lot better than they were a few updates ago. So here we have Poco, obviously going to be really good with those aggressive brawlers like the Maxes, like all those tanks, especially like Ash and Sam, which are really good in this meta. Didn't quite make it onto this list, but are still really strong. And of course, Poco is quite short range as well. So those unbreakable walls definitely helping him out in this new meta. Now coming in at number 4, we have Crow. Now, of course, Crow is extremely strong, going to be really good against tanks. Of course, not so good against Poco now, because you used to be able to use Crow against Poco to tank and slow them, but now Poco just goes to the other gadget and gets rid of that slow. So definitely not too good against Poco, but if you're not facing a Poco, you can whip out the Crow. You're going to be able to slow those tanks. You're going to be able to have range on them. You're always going to be able to jump away from them, and you're going to be able to kind of reduce their damage and chip them down very slowly from range. So Crow still very good, especially when brawlers like Max are being used a lot, because again, this meta where it's really aggressive, we have these unbreakable walls where it's really short range kind of meta. It's definitely going to short those medium to short range brawlers, which is perfect for the likes of Max and stuff like that, which is where Crow comes in, because Crow's gonna be really good at countering Max and all those other tanks and all those other short to kind of medium range brawlers. Crow is gonna be really good against. So of course, that means coming in at number 3, then we have Max. Now, of course, she's gonna be extremely strong in this new meta. Again, with those unbreakable walls, and we see those shorter range brawlers doing a lot better. And of course, Max does do very well with the likes of Ash and Sam, being able to speed them up and get them into opponents' faces even quicker. Of course, Max can be paired with things like Poco, as well as those tanks and those aggressive brawlers. Like we already mentioned, the Ash and the Sam, 2 of the best aggressive brawlers, or the 2 best aggressive brawlers right now. They didn't make it into this list, but definitely could have put them on the honorable mentions. And yeah, Max in general just doesn't really struggle, pretty much usable across all the modes, and a very solid brawler she is. Now coming in at number 2, we have Otis. Otis, of course, one of the best tank counters in the entire game, with the ability to mute, of course, anyone, being even easier to mute a tank because they have to get up close to you, and you can just ultra aim that super, mute them, and kill them very easily. So of course, Otis is going to be one of the best tank counters, really good against anything aggressive. Like we're talking about those Ashes, those Sams, so we do see a lot right now. And of course, it's still pretty good against the Pocos, the Maxes, and of course has very good range, so it's going to be very usable against those long range brawlers. Unlike some tank counters like Shelly, which are not going to be able to compete with like the Pipers or the Bees, Otis can just about do that with his range. So Otis is incredibly strong right now. Let's get into the best brawler in the game right now. Now, of course, at number 1, that leaves us with B. Now, B is incredibly strong against those tanks. And of course, we see a ton of them with the unbreakable walls, but also really good against the likes of Poco, Crow, Max, those other brawlers that we do see in this kind of top 5 list, because she's going to be able to take those, you know, long range, but also be really good against those medium range and short range brawlers that she does, of course, outrange. And of course, still super good against the tanks, which you do see a ton of right now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Use code Tom in the shop. Bye, guys.